Hello, this is Christine with Coco Daisy, and today I wanted to share with you my setup for July and some fun tips, some neat things that are new that I've not shown you all before. This month, just like last month, I'm not going to do the unboxing before. I'm just going to go through the planner setup and some tips and different kind of creative bits and pieces, because I just feel like we have a number of ladies on our design team that do such a great job with the unboxing. So I'm just going to kind of focus on how I set up my planner. And this month I'm using a Kiki K. And what's different about this one is that it does not have the snap closure. It has the elastic band, which is nice because sometimes you can get your planner can get real bulky. So I like either or. The elastic band is a little nicer because, like I said, you can make it a little bulkier. The only drawback is if you have anything kind of sticking out of the top, the band can sometimes kind of mush that a little bit. So there's kind of pros and cons there. One of the things that I had a lot of fun with this month were the clips. And I always like to make a lot of different clips, and I use stuff from the scrapbooking kits as well as the planner kits. But a couple of the things in the die cuts that came in the kit, in the main planner kit this month, there was two of them in particular that I thought would make really cute clips. And that was the crab and then this little like coral or algae bit here. And what I did, super simple, I just had a couple of gold paper clips, and then I put, I just kind of cut, I cut the circle off a little bit and just glued that on the back. It's just a heavyweight glitter cardstock. So super easy with those. And that glue, which is the E6000 glue, we now have in the store some smaller bottles of that. So if you like to make your own clips and that, then we've got kind of smaller tubes of that in the store that you can purchase and have sent off with your kit. The other thing, and I've shown this before, was I took these little tabs that are in the planner add-on die cut batch. We always have a few like this, and then we have a few that have more of the, and I think I used them all. You'll see them in a minute when I go through the kit, but there's another style where it has more of the actual pointed ends, but either one will work. And all you do is if you fold it in half, see if I can do this with one hand here. You fold it in half and then you cut a little bit at a diagonal on each end and then notch down at the bottom just a teeny bit, just so that's small enough to fold over the top of your clip. And I had these cute kind of teal or aqua little clips that I used, and then I just glue them, and then I put a little heart sticker, and those make cute little flags, little flag clips. So if you have small stuff that you want to adhere, those work great for that. And then I also discovered that if you use your, I'm going to have to find one a minute. If you use your day and date stickers, and hold on while I grab one. I didn't have one of those out. You use your day and date stickers. The little, usually people will use these right here for making a list and marking it off. But what you can do is you can also use those to make the little flags on the clips. So I don't know if you can see that. So what I did is I took one and looped it around, and then I took another one and sandwiched it over top and then cut it off at the bottom. So you've got this cute little clip with a little flag. And that is using, this was obviously from a different set that I had laying around, but you could use the ones from the July kit as well. So there's just those little flags. So that worked out really cute. So then you have, excuse me, so you have that little flag. And then I had some glitter, some medium-sized glitter washi tape. And I did that in two different ways. You can either do it on the side and then notch it, or you can do it on the top and notch it. And those make cute little clips as well. And you can do that with any washi tape, even if you have wider washi tape. So like if you had the thicker glitter washi tape, you could always just cut that down to the size you want. So super easy there. I did a couple fabric ones, fabric and ribbon. And then I took some of the other die cuts, the little seahorses, and I kind of created a little scene here between the seahorses, and then I had these die cut words. And I just used a little bit of a glue dot to kind of glue those down, or I clipped them in place and just kind of created that. I thought that was really cute. This tag is from a personal size dashboard. So I just notched the edges and used a ring reinforcer on that one. So that goes in there. This one is actually just kind of for looks, just for layering, and it doesn't have a particular purpose other than it looks pretty. But one of the things I wanted to point out, and I'll point it out as I go through this, is this mermaid tail I used in a number of different spots. And what you can do is the printables that we have, the free printables, you can cut that out, or you can print it. This one I printed on a heavier cardstock, and I enlarged it a little bit. So you can scale when you print, and then I just cut that out and I attached it to the back of this card. I just thought it looked pretty in there. But there's a number of different spots where I cut this tail out and used it. And there's any of the pages that you don't use from your inserts, there was a number of bits of artwork. And again, I talked about that last month. Cut those out and use that artwork. So that little mermaid tail you're going to see in a couple of different spots. So I just kind of put that in there just for fun. And then this was a set of tags that came in the scrapbooking kit. And some of them were great, I thought, for kind of making notes. So we got a whole stack of them. And I thought that would be kind of fun. Sometimes I have a running list of stuff I want to do that week or phone calls that I need to make, and rather than keep writing it over and over each day because I haven't gotten to it, I'll kind of make a master little list that I'll use. And I thought this would be fun to do that with. So what I did is I took 2 of those tags, I cut off the tag part and rounded the corners, and I did 2 of them and sandwiched them together. And then I took one of the die cuts from the planner die cut set and a little tab. I added one of the tab stickers, and I had to cut it down because these are a little bit different size than our regular tabs, but it was super easy. I just cut that sticker down a little bit and fit that in there. I put on a mermaid tail sticker, and then this side, same thing. There's the tab sticker and a mermaid tail sticker, and now I have this cute little note that I can attach anywhere in my planner as I go along if I need to have kind of a running list of notes. And then just some of my other stickers tucked in here. I've got some extra tabs and my tab stickers. And like I always do, I always like to use a piece of acetate on the very top because it protects it from any of this rubbing and marking up my cover. And this month I used the polka dot one, but then I had these little glittered swooshy stickers, I guess you call them swooshies, and I kind of put those on there. I thought it just kind of made me think of waves. And then I always, like I've mentioned before, I always do use 2 sets of inserts because I always cut up some of them and like to experiment and do different things. So I always have 2. So what I do is I take one of them, and then that has my daily to-do, and then I covered that part with some nice pattern paper. This was our pattern paper from the main scrapbooking kit, and then this card, which I thought was very funny, was from the Day in the Life kit. And then the inserts, we'll start with those. So, and then this is the transparency that we sold separate. Isn't it just, it's so gorgeous. So I put that, I like to layer it over, it looks beautiful both ways, so I like to layer it over the striped page. So my striped pages this month, my weekly striped pages, what I did is I used a stamp set, I did a lot of stamping this month. But one of our older stamp sets that we'd had before, we had this large alpha, and then we had the number set to match. And so I stamped those down the side. And then the little fishies, we had the little fishy set. One of them was in our Day in the Life kit, and one of them was in our main scrapbooking kit. So you're going to see the little fishies all over. Some of them are from last year's nautical set. So there's some other ones. There's that one, and this one, and then we had another one. So I have a whole bunch of these cute little fishies. Nautical stamp set. So that's what you're going to be seeing when I go through here, is a lot of that. But the little fishies were so cute, and I had just keep swimming, obviously because it's shipping week, so it's going to be kind of crazy. And then I thought it would be neat. Sometimes I'll use arrows to denote that, you know, this is all part of this timeline or this label. So shipping is all the way through the rest of the week, and I thought it would be fun to use an anchor with a line to the anchor showing that that whole week is what that is. So I thought that turned out really cute. So I just stamped the anchor and then just drew a line, put in the little fishies. And then I've not done the other weeks yet. So I just did the 1 week. So I'm gonna write, basically there's not much else to write in there. There's a few upcoming dates, but mostly just shipping. And then, here's another one of the little clips that I did, and this one has the other little topper, which is the little more of the little straight ends instead of the notched. So what I did, I took a personal dashboard and I cut that up. I did this last month and I really liked how it turned out. I wanted to create a little section for meal planning. So I added, this is a cutout tail from one of the pages that I had extra. I had an extra week of, so I cut out that tail and I put it over top of that tab and a tab sticker. And then what I had, as I had mentioned, I mentioned this also last month, is that sometimes we have seconds, and I had an extra leftover set of the personal size that were 6-hole punched. And something I discovered is that it will actually fit in an A5. All you have to do, so these holes are already all punched. All I had to do was trim a little bit off the bottom and then just punch a little bit of a notch right here. I guess you could always trim off more, but I wanted to be able to write in that section yet. And you use the holes that are already punched and it fits in there. So I'm like, well, that worked out cute. So what I have is I have this little divider, and then I stamped 4 of the little notepad sheets with groceries. So this will be where I write my little grocery list. And then I stamped the meal plan on the top of each one of these. So I can write out my menu for each month and then write out my groceries on my little notepad, and I'm good to go. So I have a whole little section done up, and I used the cute little stamps on those. So it's super easy, and I like having that little section that I can flip to and do my meal planning. Then what I did is I kind of planned out the weekly overview, and what I did is again, you know, with the anchor and the line kind of denoting that happens though all of those days, and just some other stamping. There's a few die cuts in here, but one of the things I wanted to point out that I thought was kind of fun was more of these little tabs. And these were the ones that have the arrow. So they weren't really, you could totally turn them into little clip toppers, but I wanted to use them to divide up my 4 weeks. So on the front of them, I just stamped them with different things. This one here, I used a little word sticker and put that on there. And then what I did is on the back of them, I stamped 1, 2, 3, 4. So that way, when I'm on my dailies and working and I want to look back, I know it's week 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I can just flip to it real easily. Because most of the time I'm going to be kind of looking at the back of the tabs as opposed to the fronts because I'll be over here in my daily section. But I'll kind of show you. So that's the first week. That's how I kind of set that up. And then the second week, and again, just a little more stamping, a few die cuts, and of course, I love my alpha stickers. And this is when my groom arrives, so we're counting down. We have 12 days to go till he gets here. And then the third week, and I just kind of layered, again, some die cuts and stickers, a few little stamps. Not a whole lot on that section. And then this section, you know, this is the week we are away on vacation and getting married. And so what I did is I went through, I used some alpha stickers, and I kind of enjoyed running them this way. I thought that was kind of fun. So if you want to, that's something you could do if you need to denote that something's happening for a few days, or you want to just put some sort of bold saying or title. A way to kind of keep a lot of room is to just kind of run that up along the side. I thought that turned out cute. I layered a few stickers here, and then just some more stamping. And then I love that little seagull. He is my favorite. He is so stinking cute. And then the shaker card for this month is so cute. It is, I did the bookmark again. I did this a little different. The main planner kit had some real pretty set of sequins, and there was a few that had the little shell. You can see the little shell in there. There's a little bit of a light glare. I apologize. It's getting toward nighttime here, and I still wanted to get the video done today, so you're gonna see my overhead light glare in there a little bit. I apologize. But in that main set of sequins, there was another darker purple, and I didn't want to take away from the background by including the darker purple with this particular card. So, I mean, you don't have to use that set exactly as it comes. So that darker purple, I was thinking what I may do is go back and take one of these and add just a couple sequins and try to seam around this with my fuse tool and make a little shaker out of one of these. So I'm gonna experiment with that. I've not had time to try that yet, but I think I'll do that maybe with the darker ones. But this one, what I did is I went through and I pulled out all the lighter ones and the little seashells, and I put that in this, get that glare off there, and I put that in this bookmark. This is a piece of pattern paper that is cut out in the bookmark, and that is part of our free downloadable cut files. We have the tabs, and then it has the bookmark also. And so this is just pattern paper, and then this is a A5 size dashboard that I cut down. I added one of the tab stickers on the top, and then on the back there's a sticker from the main planner kit, and then here is another one of those mermaid tails that I cut out of the printable. And then I adhered that on, and then just some word stickers. And that's all I wanted on the back. I thought it was really pretty. So that's my little shaker bookmark. And last month I went through how to make the bookmarks. So if you saw my video last month, I go through in detail how to make that. What I did different about this one is I actually used the fuse up and around the tab part there. And I kind of like that. So you can do it either way. You can go straight across and then adhere one of these tabs to the top if you want on the outside, which is what I've done before, or this time I left it inside. And then we go on to, if I get that on there, we go on to the calendar page. And the back of this is always this note section, and I always use this section to kind of put my goals for the month. And it's just some puffy alpha stickers, some alpha stickers, and then this was a stamp from that nautical stamp from last year, that set. And I just did it in the blue to kind of match. I may write something in there, don't know, or I may just leave it. I thought it looked pretty. So that's where I'll put that list. And then my monthly spread, I had a lot of fun with this one. I did some stamping again because I didn't use the alphas again this month because I like the idea that I can write over these. So I just stamped, used this alpha set and did some stamping. I stamped the little fishes, and then there's just some alpha stickers on there, a few little die cuts, and then of course some more of the mermaid tails. Something really fun that I want to show you is an option, because sometimes we worry about markers or inks soaking through on the pages. Our pages are beautiful heavy weight, but if you do a lot of ink on them, you may get just a teeny bit of ghosting. There's kind of no way around that. So one of the things I thought would be fun to try is chalk, because chalk, if you put it on lightly and then you kind of blow the dust away as you go, it doesn't smear and it doesn't bleed through. So I thought, what a fun medium to try. So there's different kinds of chalk. There's the pan pastels, you can get those. Like this one, there's this beautiful blue. There's that kind of, and then there's just this inexpensive, and you may even have it in your stash, just this inexpensive set of chalk. You take some Q-tips, and it's really fun. So I was going to show you. So I had these blue ones, and I'm going to do a few more of the blue fish. You just put a little. You don't need a lot. Just put a little bit on the end of your Q-tip, and then you just go in and you just color them in. If you get some dust, you can just blow it away. Don't rub it away, just blow the dust away, and then it will be fine. And so what's also fun that I discovered, because if you've ever played with chalks, of course you can blend. They're beautiful for blending or mixing. So this little guy started out, and we'll do one over here, started out in a bright green. So what you can do, a little more on there, is you can color that in. So I colored him in. And remember, the look of the pages and the artwork is watercolor. So if you're not perfectly in the lines, that's okay, because that's kind of the look of it all. And then what I did, so he was kind of a green, I took a little bit of a blue, and then I just went around and you blend it, and then you can totally change that color and give it that kind of fun watercolor effect. Isn't that cute? So it gets a little addictive because it's, like I said, there's no bleed through from that. You're not going to see any of that. It's not going to smear. And even if you do get a little bit on there, again, it's a watercolor artwork, so it doesn't matter. That's going to be just fine. And then the other thing that I did on here, we had, and I'm going to seriously look into doing another set of these, because I think I've been having a lot of fun putting these on our pages. We did a texture stamp set a while back. And so you can see where I stamped a little bit here and a little bit here off the page, and it looks to me like water splashing. So I thought that turned out really cute. You can get a similar effect by this if you take plastic wrap and you ink up the plastic wrap, and then you dab it along the sides with ink, because the plastic wrap crumbled up will kind of give that, or bubble wrap will give that same effect. So that would be kind of a fun way to play. But I love that, this is, like I said, it's an inexpensive set. Most of us have something like this in our stash. Your kids may even have some. It's a fun thing to do, to just kind of sit and color in. Color crayons or colored pencils would work as well too. You wouldn't get that bleed through from those either. So that is my monthly spread, and then the plan ahead section here, I just added again just a few more little die cuts and a sticker, and then we're going to go to the daily section. Now, last month I made a pocket, and I loved being able to have that pocket in with my marked daily section, just to kind of have a couple of extra. The stickers, they're right on hand as I'm working on that daily section. But this month what I did is I had a little pocket that I made from an envelope. And I've used this one before and the colors went, so I'm using it again this month. But it was an already ready-made envelope. All I did was cut off where the flap was, and I rounded those corners, and then I put in a piece of colored cardstock. Then that flap, because the flap had this pretty decorative edge, I actually went in and cut that. I cut that top part out, if you can envision that, and just kept this small section here and glued it down so it has kind of this pretty layered look, and I liked that little scallop. So then I have a spot where I can kind of keep these stickers. I've got a few of the cute little journaling note cards, and then I also, from a page that I had extra, I loved this bit of artwork, and so I just cut it out and made a tag. I thought that was really pretty. So lots of different ways you can use those pages. If you don't use them all, then by all means cut them up, use that artwork. That artwork is too pretty to waste. And then again, I made a bookmark using some of the pages, some of the artwork. I used one of the weekly stripe pages. I adhered that to just a piece of patterned paper. Again, another cutout tail from the printable. So I don't know how many of those I printed out, but there was a lot of them. Stamped a little stamp on the top, and that's my daily bookmark. And then on the back, I had some more of those word die cuts that I put down, and then I cut her out of another page from one of the inserts, and I wanted her to pop up just a little bit. So, I mean, it will add a teeny bit of bulk, but not much. So I put a few little foam dots underneath her and adhered her onto there. So I thought it gives it just, I don't know if you can see that. Check that out. It gives it just a little bit of kind of fun dimension, but I like that. So that's the bookmark. And then we'll just flip through. I'll flip through and show you my dashboards a minute. So super easy. Now that we have the 6 pattern papers, or the 3 sheets double-sided, so you've got 6 papers that you can use, and then you have 6 dashboards, so it's just a simple matter of matching them up. So really easy there. I love that pattern paper. You know, you can decorate these if you want. I'm not choosing to this month because I think they're just so beautiful on their own. And then I use the personal size dashboards to make my little subdividers. So I just sandwich 2 of those together and make my little subdividers for that section. They're so pretty. And then another one. And this little guy, is from Zen Planning. We sometimes have her clips in our kits, but this one was not in our kit this month, but I had to order one because it was too cute and went so perfect. So just all the pretty, beautiful colors. And this was the paper that was in the main scrapbooking kit. So that was not a planner paper. And then I always just put my notepad in the back here, little fabric clip and a little flare clip. And that is all that I have in mine. That's my setup for the month. One other thing that I wanted to quick talk about was kind of how I set up my pencil pouches, because this month we had our first ever Cocoa Daisy exclusive pencil pouch, and it turned out absolutely gorgeous. And you didn't hear it from me, but there's another one of these coming up, maybe in September. So just so you know, and it's bigger and it's gorgeous, and I'm excited about it. So, but it just turned out so beautiful. The colors, it's just so beautiful. So this one, what I did is this one I have just sticky notes. There's a ruler in here, my pencils, and my pens. So I organized that way. So I have that one. And then I had this. And then this one I got when I was on vacation with Jeffrey in California. And it's so pretty. I don't know if you see all the colors change. And then it does that. Mary Kay said she found one at, I think she said Staples. So, but I got mine in California at the Paper Source. But anyway, and then this one, what I do is I will have, there's a calendar in here for planning ahead. There's some of the larger stickers, larger notepad. I've got some word stickers, extra stickers. So I keep those in there. And then the super essentials, like my glasses, so I can actually see up close because I can't do that with my contacts. The glue pen, and then there's a pair of little scissors in here as well. So that's kind of like the super essentials. So I take these two and I'm good to go. The other thing I do is I actually have a larger pouch. I have a couple of these in different designs, and I love these because what I can do, I don't know if you can see in there, is I can fit a ton of stuff just in here. So what I will do is I will take this one and put it in there, and I have other adhesive in there. There's a roller stamp in there, and a whole bunch of alpha stickers. And then I can also fit this one in there, and I can fit my ring of washi tape. So if I'm gonna go somewhere and I need all of my stuff, it all fits in this larger pouch, which I adore these. This is from, make sure I say the name right, Papaya. And they have the beautiful, beautiful artwork. And it's kind of like an oilcloth, so it's not, if you spill something on it and wipe it up right away, it's gonna be okay. But they have some absolutely beautiful artistic designs. Even the bottom, look at that. Isn't that pretty? So that is how I do my planning. So I can fit everything in here along with my actual planner, and I'm good to go. So that is a little peek at how I do that. And that's it for today. This is, it's been fun. I've really enjoyed this, and I hope you all enjoyed looking through my planner and how I set it up for the month. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you next month.